Happy Friday news dump. It looks like Taylor Swift has officially been subpoenaed as a witness in the Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni legal war. I'm waiting for it to hit on other news platforms. According to the report, it says Taylor Swift has officially been subpoenaed. Sources with direct knowledge told TMZ Baldoni's attorney Bryan Freedman subpoenaed the Taylor Swift on Friday to testify in their upcoming trial, which is scheduled for March 2026. I also read recently that Blake Lively will take the stand in the trial. Spokesperson for Taylor Swift blasted the subpoena in a statement telling the outlet, Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release and was traveling around the globe during 2023 and 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history, hence the Eras Tour. This is coming off months of back and forth on whether or not Taylor Swift, as well as Travis Kelce, would be subpoenaed in this trial. And it looks like things are coming to fruition, and it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Taylor Swift has officially been subpoenaed by Justin Baldoni's attorney, Bryan Freedman, in their legal war against Blake Lively. And Taylor's camp is already blasting the subpoena, saying that she was very minimally involved in any drama on the set of It Ends With Us. A spokesperson for Taylor tells TMZ Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release, and was traveling around the globe in 2023 and 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history. The representative continues to say the connection Taylor had to this film was permitting the use of one song, My Tears Ricochet. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did, this document subpoena is designed to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. But Justin Baldoni claims that Taylor was more involved than just licensing one song. He claims Taylor was involved in creative decisions for the film, including giving input on the script and casting decisions. The trial isn't until March of 2026, but things are heating up. Let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more.
TMZ is reporting that Taylor Swift has been subpoenaed in the Lively-Baldoni case. And they say that sources with direct knowledge say that Bryan Freedman has subpoenaed Taylor Swift as a witness in the case. And Taylor's camp is blasting the subpoena because they say she was minimally involved. A spokesperson for Taylor told TMZ Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release, and was traveling around the globe during 2023 and 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history. I mean, they really only have Blake Lively to blame for people thinking that Taylor was much more involved. After all, Khaleesi named her as one of her dragons in order to try to convince Justin Baldoni to use her script. And when it comes to why we think she was involved with casting, again, it sounds like Blake told Isabella that Taylor was.
Hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it.
And sorry, I will never believe it was just coincidence that Taylor showed up the same night they invited Justin Baldoni over for the meeting about the rooftop scene. I love Taylor Swift, but I think Taylor Swift rides really hard for her friends, and she has power and can influence people in order to do things. That's a fact. And I have a feeling their text messages will say a lot. And Taylor's rep went on to say the connection Taylor had to the film was permitting the use of the song My Tears Ricochet. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did, this document subpoena is designed to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on facts of the case. If that is the case and Taylor really wasn't that involved, then they should have no problem. They shouldn't be afraid of a subpoena, right?
Taylor Swift is mad. Dragon mad. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything It Ends With Us saga. Taylor Swift is a lot like the British royal family. Never complain, never explain. But never say never, because she's just done both of those things. In a rare move for the global pop superstar, Taylor is big mad and speaking out against Justin Baldoni. Baldoni's legal team has telegraphed for a while that Khaleesi in her own mind's dragon would be subpoenaed in the It Ends With Us saga. And that has just happened. And she's not happy about it. A spokesperson for Taylor just released this scathing statement. It reads, quote, "Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions." Pause. One of the actresses did say that Taylor Swift was involved in her casting. Oops. Her rep, though, argues she did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release, and was traveling around the globe during 2023 and 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history. Okay. Was the biggest tour in history part necessary? Especially when a lot of people feel salty about her because of her relationship with this one. Whatever, I still love her, and I love her for life. And the statement is not over. Taylor's rep adds, the connection that Taylor had to this film was permitting the use of one song, My Tears Ricochet, given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did. This document subpoena is designed to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. I disagree. There's video of her former bestie saying what an integral part Taylor played throughout the process of making this movie. But what a statement. Thoughts on it? Let's discuss in the comments section. Shame on me. Shame on me for expecting better of the deplorable Blake Lively. Hello, my friend, Perez here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything It Ends With Us saga. D-list actress and F-list human Blake Lively, according to her, had a horrific experience filming It Ends With Us, and now she is very intent on making the lives of all of his team horrific. The Daily Mail just dropped this info as an exclusive, and it's pretty obvious where they got their information from. I need to remind you all of a name, which if you've been following the saga, you know, Melissa Nathan. She is Justin Baldoni's crisis PR expert and the owner of the agency group, TAG. Sources close to Baldoni tell the Daily Mail that Baldoni and several employees of the agency group have been hit with death threats in the wake of the lawsuit. Yes, she has fans that are delulu. Just watch the video I made right before this one. However, the actions that the Perpetual Plantation Princess and her legal team have taken are reprehensible. Court documents filed by her legal team have included the home addresses of several of the publicists from the TAG group involved in the It Ends With Us saga, leaving them fearful for their family's safety. One employee of the agency group tells the Daily Mail, "I've had to tell my child's school that we've had death threats. We even had to build a gate for security because the court filings have essentially doxed us." One woman has 2 small children under 4 and has been afraid to leave her house because of the sheer number of threats sent. Private home addresses have been leaked in the court documents, which have been pushed by Lively's team. That has then been shared on social media, And we have people threatening to harm anyone who works for the company and their families. What they are doing to private people through their actions has caused despicable situations. Despicable. And then, I can't read these because they're that bad. Let me see what I can read. The agency group and Jen Abel, his regular publicist, have shared some emails with the Daily Mail that they have received. Like this one. The subject says, "They'll bury you." The text of the email says, "In the Mojave." That was sent to the agency group. This one, sent directly to Melissa Nathan, said, "This is a message for Melissa Nathan, who said we can bury anyone. Melissa, I have more knowledge than you do about Hollywood, knowing the dirty secrets of many directors and influential people up to the White House, because I am clothed in black." What does that mean? Oh, some of the directors may know what that means. Before you go attacking good people like Blake Lively, be sure of this. There are no secrets those of us clothed in the darkest black of night do not know. And one day, we will share those secrets in a forced public press meeting to the whole world in a foreign country with the help of technology you have no understanding of. In that day, the corrupt in Hollywood will realize all their codes, cues, keys, and triggers in their films will fall back on their own heads, and all their vile acts against children will throw them into darkness. Do not play with Blake Lively. Time is ours, as is the night. We are above every government on earth and even Nassau. Nassau? Like Jamaica? This ends. So next time you want to crush someone like Blake Lively, think again. We work in ways you will never understand. Oh boy. Or this one that quite succinctly says, "I hope you effing die." This other one says, "I hope you never reproduce." This one called Nathan and Abel the H word of publicists. You know, that guy from Germany, the Adolf fella? Branding the team as terrorist evil. Or this one, "I'm going to enjoy watching you be destroyed. I hope your life is miserable. I hope you experience the worst pain ever." Jeez. This DM says, "There are guillotines for all of you disgusting liars, intentionally spreading deceitful misinformation about innocent people. Are you all brain dead? Or are you all ZIONIST? I hate censorship. Or are you all ZIONIST doing your job naturally as terrorists in every aspect, whether it be in the entertainment industry or politics? You all know you've done unethical work for evil people." He's evil? He is evil? This one says, "Stupid, pathetic excuse of a woman. You really protected an abuser and carried out a smear campaign against another woman, trying to silence her, huh? How do you sleep at night? Probably just fine. Disgusting human beings like you don't feel any remorse. And then you and your little PR company thought you could involve Taylor Swift's name in your smear campaign? You actually thought you could do that, huh? Oh, baby. I hope all the disgusting things you did for a check come right around to you. I hope your life is miserable. I hope you experience the worst pain ever. I hope you get everything you did to Blake Lively, and I hope it's doubled. Jesus. It should be given, but I denounce everything that these people are saying. A source close to Baldoni says that there has been a huge wave of anti-Semitism towards his team, with another employee being terrified for the welfare of her elderly parents who she cares for. And here I am, silly me, thinking, oh, people are just talkers. It's a lot of big talk. But that video I posted just before this one about Steve Sarowitz. She and her team have truly put people at risk. Their safety is jeopardized because of their doxing. Shameful, 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 shameful. Thoughts? Let's discuss it all in the comments section.
The issue behind the attempted arson on Steve Sarowitz's house? After all, Ryan Reynolds himself has admitted to arson. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, especially after seeing this threatening email that Kirsty Flaw received. Kirsty had the rude interview with Blake resurface. So Kirsty had received this in March, but she honestly kind of just brushed it off. But now, when you read it, it's pretty interesting. The subject is a warning from CFA. As long as you keep disrupting Wikipedia, there will come a time when we retaliate by setting fire at your home as retaliation. You must consider this a final warning. I'm not joking at all, since I'm also behind some arson by proxy attacks in Russia. Some of my friends were responsible for the fires in LA because he was upset with LTA NoCal 100. And then they even go as far to list her address and her phone number. Similar writing and tone of the messages that Aragon allegedly had sent Sarowitz's daughter and wife. And then I found this on Twitter. It says Ryan Reynolds admitted to committing arson and covering it up. In a print version of the Arizona Daily Star published on December 8th of 2004, Ryan Reynolds openly admitted to setting a fire at his elementary school that burned down a part of the building, and he got away with the crime. This is literally from that 2004 newspaper article. Reynolds, 28, said he's always been an instigator. He calls himself a bad kid and backs up the claim with the admissions that he failed high school drama class because he ditched. And that once he burned down a wing of his elementary school, then covered up the crime until now. He even went on to say, I apologize to all of the fine students and the faculty. No one found out who it was. I think the statute of limitations has ran out. I just hope I don't find out that some poor schmo has spent time in jail for it. In my opinion, this is so Ryan Reynolds coded. He would not go directly and threaten Baldoni. So the next best thing, the person with all the money behind Baldoni, Sarowitz. The creepy messages, but then to really scare them, let's just set fire to the garbage can. Because we want to scare them into telling Justin Baldoni to get out of this. Blake's lies have gone too far this time. So far that arsonists attempted to set Steve Sarowitz's house on fire and threatened to kidnap his daughter. All because of her lies. This is crazy, and the fact that there's not much coverage on this by media, if the roles were reversed, we would be hearing about this everywhere if this was happening to Blake and Ryan. Daily Mail also reported that Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel have been hit with several death threats. Not just threats via social media, threats in person, because court documents filed by Blake Lively's legal team included addresses of several of the publicists involved. One TAG employee was forced to build a gate in order to access her property. She said she had to inform her child's school about the threats her family was receiving. and that they had to build a gate for security because the court filings had essentially doxed us. The article included threats that were sent to Jen Abel, this person telling her you are literally one of the evilest people in the world. One can only hope that you have the worst Christmas and that Hollywood realizes that you are the Hitler of publicists. The only hope is that they treat you like the scum, flesh-eating, vile creature that you are and cancel you. Someone else wrote, I hope you effing die and I hope you never reproduce, while another email was titled, It Ends With You. Remember Blake Lively's Time 100 speech where she was talking about how she wanted this world to be a safe place, especially for her daughter? Well, I guess she doesn't care about other people's daughters, since her lies are the reason why Steve Sarawitz's daughter was threatened. Last week, prosecutors revealed that the suspect who committed arson at Steve Sarawitz's family home had also threatened to kidnap their daughter if they did not hand over $80,000 in cash. As you guys know, Sarowitz co-founded Wayfarer Studios with Justin Baldoni. He has been named in Blake Lively's lawsuit. 25-year-old Eduardo Aragon was arrested and charged with setting a garbage can on fire in the driveway of the $1.8 million home in Highland Park around 3:25 a.m. on April 28th. The fact that he went to the house and actually set something on fire is so scary. Aragon sent messages to Steve's wife and daughter. These messages said, if you fail to comply, we will take the daughter hostage and she won't make graduation. If you guys are prepared to spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family, we are sure you can spare a few for your daughter. Another message was sent to the daughter identifying her college and the address of her sorority house, which she frequently visits, adding, you guys are not untouchable. You can upgrade your security all you want, and that still won't stop us. We are prepared to ruin all your lives over a little bit of money. The next fire we start will be from the inside. While these two gallivant on their PDA tour, their lies are ruining other people's lives. This is not a joke, this is not funny, this is real life, but these two, they just have an end goal. They don't care who becomes collateral damage. I'm so disgusted that this is barely being covered, but instead they continue to cover Blake and her red carpet appearances. First, Blake steals Justin Baldoni's movie, and now she is stealing Bryan Freedman's lines and literally using them in another simple favor.
And if you don't come, I'm gonna have to sue you into oblivion for using my name.
If you're scratching your head thinking, where have I heard this before?
Sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion.
Honestly, that is like an iconic Bryan Freedman line that everyone refers to nowadays. But that's not the only time she was mocking Justin Baldoni, Bryan Freedman, the lawsuit in general. Huge shout out to Without a Crystal Ball for posting these clips, because no, I will not be watching Another Simple Favor. I would not even do so for research purposes, and I never even watched the first one. So let's watch these clips.
Hi, lovely to see you, detective. You'll be getting a subpoena soon. I have these excellent new attorneys, and they found possible evidence tampering in my case.
And I find this clip very interesting because she's almost talking to Anna Kendrick's character like the way she talked to Justin Baldoni in that Khaleesi text, promising all these stuff, my dragons can help you.
I was the best thing that ever happened to you. We both know it. You wrote a book based on me. You built an entirely new life. Why am I having to beg you? You owe me.
I do.
You need me. You're gonna watch your sales and your followers soar as you maid of honor the out of the woman who tried to murder you.
She says, you need me. You need me for your sales to soar. They thought Justin Baldoni was never going to fight back. They thought they could literally file this complaint and he would just remain silent because he would be too afraid to fight back against them because they're so powerful. She's Khaleesi. She has her dragons. But Justin Baldoni fought back. He actually brought evidence, unlike some people. Lastly, this clip just proves what a horrible actress Blake Lively is. I've never thought she was an amazing actress, mainly because when I'm watching her, I feel like she's acting. And that's when I know someone's not a good actor. People will say she's A-list or A- list, no, D-list. D-list.
Taylor Swift has been in the chat, but she just officially got really, really dragged into the chat. She's going to be a witness in this case, in the Justin Blake case. I just feel like I don't entirely understand what this means for us. I do understand that I do not know how to spell subpoena, because that's what I learned from this day's events. You're gonna see stuff, right? So I did a Google search. It doesn't look like this case is gonna be televised, but it does look like it'll be open for us to see stuff, right? See the evidence. I really hope. If there's any lawyers out there who know the deal, this is gonna be like a new Eras tour. Different vibes, very different vibes. We are going to get an inside scoop. I think we're going to see texts. We're going to see emails from these people. Ryan, these are A-listers, you guys. I I feel like this is gonna feed us for a while. Now, I can only react to the information that we have available to us right now, and just from what I've seen, it is not looking good for Blake. I don't know what she's got. I'm hoping she's got some stuff. It's just not looking good for her. And the fact that they don't seem to be interacting at all, and I bet she's pissed. She's got to be so pissed, and I would give anything to get those texts between them in the aftermath of this. We're going to hopefully get what happened during the filming of this movie. This is just great news for us little tea drinkers around the world.
Taylor Swift has been subpoenaed in the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively lawsuit. Battle lines have been drawn as Baldoni has demanded that Taylor Swift answer questions in relation to the litigation. Representatives for Taylor Swift have said, what has this got to do with us? She never set foot on stage. She never went to set. She wasn't part of the cast. She had no creative direction. She didn't even watch it until weeks after theatrical release. But she's friends with Blake Lively. She understands perhaps what Blake Lively was trying to achieve. Justin Baldoni's team is going to be pushing and pressing and demanding that she attend. And this is going to put pressure on their friendship. This is going to be something that no one wants to go to court and be subpoenaed. No one. It was going to add a lot of stress and pressure to an already highly pressurized situation. So watch this space. This is a bombshell. Follow me for more legal TikTok.